Well, hello there, welcome to Pringle Racing, and Ivory Tower, the creators behind the Crew Motorfest, have had their biggest month yet because they've just done a humongous free update, which is Nascar, radio controlled cars, a whole new island. But the thing that I think that is going to change racing games in general is their TrackForge editor, which allows you to customize and create your own tracks, and that tool is absolutely amazing, so bear with me on this. Now, if you've ever played the Crew Motorfest, the bike handling is arcade. It's very silly. You can't fall off it or crash. It is a fun game. I like the Crew for the driving side. With a steering wheel set up, the Crew is really quite good on the driving. But I'm just going to do a quick overview of the little island they've done. It's a bit, let's just say it's a bit silly. We've got jumps, we've got massive balloons. It's basically a fun playground area where we'll have various races and stuff to do. But if you ever played the Crew, you know what you get into. It's an arcade racer. You've got Nitro. It's just a silly racing. It's, let's just say, not to be snobby, it's not in the league of Ride or MotoGP. They are your serious bike games. Yeah, this one is a fun game that anyone can just jump on and play. And I love the Crew, by the way, but I also like the comparison between the two. We have really good balloons in this one, by the way. I didn't like the balloons in Ride 6. I just thought, oh, come on, seriously? Then we're a biking game. But in this one, know your audience, guys. This is a fun arcade game. Let's have silly balloons on, and they have some pretty good ones. So we're a fickle bunch of players, and it's hard to when we're a hard bunch to please. But this game, I love that the fact that the support they get is endless. They're just constantly churning out new ideas, new vision, and it's just absolutely lovely. I mean, look at this. It's just lovely little willows here. But this is the thing we're here to look at, the TrackForge scenario. So this is the key part. The island itself is pretty good though. So let's just have a look at what they've just added to the game before I go into TrackForge. Let's just zoom back out. So the island is quite a nice island there, and they've got various different races. So you've got the rest of the place you can race around on. But down here they've created this whole new island. We've got Nascar, multiple race configurations. In an open world environment, it's quite impressive. Yeah, a lot of fun. And it's, by the way, if that was just the free update for this month, I would have been happy. I'd have been flipping it. That's quite cool. You've got Nascar, how cool is that? But there are so many things they've added into this. I mean, we've got this lovely magical loops, crazy world here, which you can do boats and stuff in between. Yeah. All this would have been ample as a free update. I keep saying it because it was a free update. But it's the track editor that is, and I highlighted it previously coming out that it caught my eye, but the track editor is really good. Now, I've already created a track, so let's go into the track editor now and let's have a nosy at it. And we'll play a circuit that I've already created, okay? So when you go into the track editor, you can do authentic, unleash, and other crazy stuff as well. You've got loads of tracks that are already created on the screen. We can look at different places, different items, and people rate them. So there are thousands and thousands of tracks, by the way, already. There's already over 15,000 tracks on there. So I'm going to go to one I've done, which is called a Paradise Track Somewhere. The naming is a bit weird. We'll cover that later. But let's just have a little run through, playing on the bike. I've got to do a street bike, by the way, so I can't use the KTM, so I'll go back to probably the BMW. Let's do the Honda. Honda. Okay, we'll do the Honda on there. It looks very nice. Look at that. That is quite nice. Right. So we're going to do the race, and this is the track that I've created. Now, when you watch this, and those that hate this type of racing or arcade racing, well, they'll hate this. But look, let's not focus on that. Focus on the track design. So here's the track we've got. Off we go. We've got a nice little S-bend here. So just be aware, I have created this track. Okay, we're going to come around the chicane down here. This is not a track that's been that I've created this. I still have to keep going in my head. This is a track I've created. Yeah, it did exist. I created the bends. It's like, it's been amazing. We've got a chicane here coming around. We've got a hairpin coming up now. Break down. Just picture this in Ride. And I mentioned in one of my previous clips when I was doing a little, like a preempt from the trailer, that Milestone, take note. Seriously, Milestone, you need to have a look at this. This is the way of any games, any racing game needs this type of tool. Look at how smooth this is. This is just awesome. And whether you like the Crew or not, I dare anyone to hate this. This editor is flipping amazing. There's little quirks with it. It's called a beta version, so they can get away with they're still working on it. But this is just one lap, by the way. How cool is this? And you can go race this now. We'll drive back round. It's so cool. And you can change the side bits so it's not even tarmac. It can be gravel. It'll slow you down. Going down into a little dip. I'm pretty sure this bit here is based on I forgot the track name, got it out of my head. Sao Paulo, the Brazilian track. We're now going through the chicane bends from going upwards though from Monaco. I've done that multiple times. We can fly around. We've got some scenery parts. So that was my test track. That was my first attempt, by the way. First attempt. I'm thinking that's very good. And there are now 1,500 of these tracks I can now go and play or test or do. And some people have done some proper crazy stuff. But that is just as good as the Blue Wave on Ride 6. Come on. Would you not say that's just as good? And I physically created that. Now, admittedly, I've cut this down because it didn't take 6 minutes. It's a 3-lap race. But you can go and set your time. But so far, obviously no one's played this. And I've only got the first person to actually do it. So I'm going to be the first person to like it. And I'm going to be the first person to get #1 time. So you can go and beat my time and it'll be in the timetable. There you go. Paradise Track Somewhere it's called. Anyway, let's look how I can build a track. We're going to build a brand new track now from scratch. Just go through the whole thing now in this clip. So from the menu in TrackForge, we're just going to do Create. And we can either choose Motorsports, which is more authentic type racing to look like a proper circuit. And you can put all various stuff on there. And again, ideal for cars. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing on the cars on this one, that's for certain. Or you can go for these coaster ones, which are the ones that are just fanatically fancy, out of this world, crazy type of shit. But we're going to stick with Motorsports one, and we're just going to do a straightforward race. So click a race and click X to validate, yeah? So straight away, starts with a starting point. Now, you can do a simple race, which is just one long journey. But what you can do is, I'm doing a circuit, so I want to pick a piece. And I'm just using my up and down arrow to flick through the pieces that I've got. So you'll see my diamond in the left-hand corner. Do you want a curve? Do you want a straight? Or do you want an actual pattern? And you'll see here, depending on what I'm flicking through. And I'm just flicking on my keypad on the side. The up arrow will just go through the various options. So if I want a left bend, I go through my left keypad. Or I click the right, do the right keypad. And I just can flick through the pieces. And it automatically just jigsaws together. When you're happy with the piece you want, you press X. Now here I've gone down, and these are the set pieces from other tracks. So there's your Brazilian circuit going down, quite like that as it dips down on the circuit from the straight. So I'm happy with that. Press X, next piece. Okay, and I just daisy chain these together. I can go straight into the Monaco circuit here, and this time we're going backwards. How simple and easy that. Just click the point, exit, where do you want to go next? So I come out of the track, I can go on to another section. Now I could just do it as a straightforward track part all the way around. I love these little segments, these little race tracks that already exist that we can use. You can put a pit lane in to change the options. I'm going to do the reverse down, bend down, going down the screen. Obviously it goes red because we've got the island, but we can move it out if we want to. I could twist it round. So that one goes outside there. It's just it's so easy. There's a lot of other features I don't need to, but I'm just clicking along the pieces. I'm just picking the track where I'm going to come out a little bit on the water. Let's dip down, choose another area's track, try and find pieces I haven't done. It's as easy and as quick as that, and it looks as good as that. It's so good. So let's do like a back and forth S bend. Yeah, so we could go either side. Now I'm just touching on the surface what you can do with these parts of the tracks. Because at the moment all I'm doing is bending it left to right, and it puts the curvature in for you automatically. But you can over exaggerate the curvature as well. You can twist them more. We can raise them up. We can create jumps. We can have 2-tier tracks. We can get it twist down underneath itself. Have higher track over the top of each other. It's quite an amazing tool, and you just drop these in, And I hope over the months they release more components that you can add to it. It's just brilliant. It's just so simple. And I think what's more impressive, if you compare this to the track editor in the Super Energy Motocross. Now, Super Energy Motocross, don't give me its due, you are limited because you've got to be inside arena. My question is, why do you have to be inside an arena? Why can't we just create a track editor that you do whatever you like? Yeah, you could just go and put in your motocross, put your rounds in. It's totally different. Now you'll notice here we're slightly lower here. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to get a straight, and I'm just going to raise it up. But yeah, why can't we just have this type of simplistic tool? Look how easy it is. Now as you'll see here, I'm down 2 levels. I've got to join them up. So it's now like your scalemetric issue. Let's go back to a straight. I've got a ridge going up. No, I need to go higher, so I'll come back further. So I need another ridge. So if I keep coming back. Let's go back a bit, undo that. I think that doesn't work. Undo. Right, let's go up. I want it to go up, please. So we'll track, and then up. That's going up. Excellent. Let's do another one. Track going up. Keep going through my straight here. There we go. That looks like it's straight. I could join those two together. Ta-da! There you go. My circuit is finished. Easy peasy. Done. It's as easy as that. Now, one thing I didn't know couldn't work out to start with is you have to place checkpoints throughout the race. So if you click on a piece, when you do it on the right-hand side, you've got another grind. You'll see like a spanner option when you press the square button. So in here, you click on a piece, and sometimes it doesn't always work. But when you get on the right-hand side, it will give like the spanner tool appear. There you go. It now appears on the screen. So I can click on it, press square, and I must put a checkpoint on. And you need to have at least one of those in the event. But I think it's just to make sure you can't cheat. You have to stagger yourself through the list. So I'll put a couple of these as I go through. You could do checkpoints constantly through it. It's probably something I'll have a look at later on. But I'm only really just skimming on the surface of what this thing can actually do. I mean, if you look on the scale bar there, look at my track editor. I think that's my memory bar, how much I've used. Nothing. It's hardly moved. So that bar is there quite good. So once you've got your circuit done, you can go and change the event settings. So once I've set the circuit up, yeah, I can then go and say, right, what type of cars do I want? Do I want hypercars? Do I want racing? So I'm going to choose racing cars, but I'm going to make sure you have to be a bike. So I'm going to force you guys to race on a bike, yeah? I've got AI 7, I can only have maximum 7, which is a bit pants. And although I'm going to do difficulty 4, yeah, again, they're not really like, the AI is pretty pants on that screen. You've got different types of game modes. You have damage on it, so if your car gets 2 damage, then you're pretty much out of the race. So if it's a long run with lots of issues on there, then got to drive carefully, so it changes your type of gameplay. You've got various other settings you can do. You can choose how many laps you want. In this particular one, I'm going to do 2. One thing you need to be wary of, though, for you to play your track, you have to validate it. And to validate it, you actually have to do a race. So if you do like an hour-long race, you will have to do an hour-long race. Yeah, that's what you will have to do, so be careful on that. So I've now created my track and my settings. What I haven't done, though, is shown you the scenery option. So let's go back to our track editor. So if I press circle on here, I think it's circle at the bottom there, it says back to track editor. I go back into here, and what I can do is if I go to library, I can get some, so I've got environmental things. So I've got balloons, arrows and things, so I can create various, stick all my little props outside if I want to, hire them up and down. Yeah, I can do wows, but so just these various options here. You could do trees, you could put trackside crew down the side, you could pretty much do anything on the side of the track, and you just chuck them all in. And something like that above your head as you go through will give you that visual effect. And when you see stuff like this, right, so you can see I'm just trying different things with the blue whale. When I see stuff like this, I then look at Ride 6 and I go, come on guys, look, this was free. Right? They have a large player base for a reason, yeah? Now, okay, they've used arcade scenario on it, but they're looking at how to keep pushing the track, and I'm hoping that Ride 6, they've got updates planned, they've got a season pass of bikes coming out. Will they look at, okay, we need to update this, we need to change that? I still think there's some changes needed with Ride 6. By the way, it's a fun game, by the way. It's really good and you'll enjoy it. It visually looks good. But this tool is absolutely brilliant. And I think, look, I'll just put this in the rock. One thing I quite like as well, by the way, you could overlook, I can move the two rocks together and they will click together to just, you can merge the landscapes together. That was quite handy. Yeah, I believe if it's red you can't click onto it. This is all stuff you'll see as you go around the track. You'll see the landscape on the going through the mountain range. I was trying to see if I could go through a tunnel. It's too narrow. I might have to raise that up. I was thinking, oh, will that work through there? Too thin, it wouldn't work. But you could raise it up on there. You've seen examples that they've done it where they do go through the mountain range. And there are some things you can do. You can put barriers inside the track, so there's something else on there. So if you go off the side and bash into them, it'll damage your car. It is an amazing tool. I can't get over how impressed I am and how seamless it is when you race on it. Now, when you've done a track on the Super Motocross, it doesn't look quite good, but sometimes you look at it, yeah, you've made this track. Let's have a race now. Let's go and validate this track. Right, let's give this a go. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick our KTM that we had earlier, right, and we're going to give it a good validated test. We've got to do 2 tracks on it. So you see what I've done. We've done this all within 15 minutes, by the way, with the clip. And away we go. This is it. This is my track that I've just built in front of you. We've got the Monaco bend here. Like I say, the AI is not brilliant, because with the AI what you tend to have is there a lot of little checkpoints. The problem with the AI is that I've left them now, they won't catch me up. I'm already 3 seconds ahead. This is the S bit here, we've got Ben here, then start with a bit of a lean. Back into the track part with the mountain range I've got. I spent 10 minutes on this. And this is how good it looks like in 10 minutes. When something's as easy as that, and I can now go and spend some time, you've got to be impressed. Now, come on, put in your comments down. What do you think? Are you going, no, I hate the Crew Motorfest, I don't like it because the bike handling is pants? What are you a fan of the Crew Motorfest? Or have you never played the Crew and you think, oh, I might have to give it a go? There is a rumour, and I think I mentioned this previously, there is a rumour that the new Forza game coming out of this is going to have bikes. So I'll keep an intrigued watch on that. And also, by the way, I mentioned about MotoGP coming out towards the end of April, May. Guess what? End of May, deadline date's already come up, so there's an advert for it already. It looks pretty much like the same as 25, so I'm still trying to platinum 25, and I've got some of those clips coming out soon. But this is going to be a lot of fun. Alright, and I'm going to have a lot of fun enjoying this. This just made this game endless. Absolutely just endlessly genius. When the tracks look this good, yeah, as long as they keep adding pieces to it, I haven't got a problem with it. And I don't mind if they do pieces if you unlock a piece because of you get so many achievements or something. I don't know. How cool does this look? I think this is amazing. I honestly think this is just... I didn't expect it to be as easy and simple to use or quick to create a track. But there you go. I wanted to show that before I went back onto the MotoGP races. I'll come back here and have some fun. But I really do think this is the best track editor I've ever seen. Yeah. And I think bike gamers need to watch this, because I think it'd be really cool if we could do something like that. Put in your comments below. Have you played it? Have you tested it out? Do you think it's good? Have you tried it out, or didn't like it? What do you think? What do you think of this? Do you think this is the way we want to go? Do we want to see that happening with the Ride series? Now all I've got to do now I've validated, by the way, is just publish it. I've got to take a picture. Now, I've thought about taking a picture of the track, which some people have done, but then I obviously want to let people know that it is a bike. So probably, I could take a picture of the screen, but I'll probably go back and just take, yeah, do you know what? I'll just take a picture of the bike. Yeah, what am I doing? Let's go back into that, because this is what it's about. You can only race bikes. There you go. Dun, dun, dun. And also show them the type of bike it is. And then the word name for the circuit is quite funny because you have to confirm the name. And now obviously they have to try and stop you for doing anything that's offensive. So they basically give you a library of words to use, and you just pick a mix, and you've got to pick 3 words for the name of the track. So I seem to be going with sticking with Paradise, so I'll pick Paradise something. So first word's been selected. So it's where is it? It's Paradise, weather, Paradise morning, Paradise morning track. Yeah, race mode. Paradise morning race. Yeah, Paradise morning race. That'll do. So I've constructed a 3 word for the track. I can confirm that and then publish it. Now, if you want to give this track a go, this is the number you need to go. So go race that number 000046604. You can now go race that track and put the time in and beat my time, which I'm pretty sure you guarantee you'll do. Because like I say, I'm no professional on this thing. But that is the track editor. I've now got 2 tracks created. I'm going to have a little play around with this and have a tested experiment with some of the other tracks. But I think this is a phenomenal update. It's free, and that is why I've been with the crew from day one. I will stay with them. I find this a fun, just relaxing game, just being silly. Let me know in your comments what you think. Take care, guys. Soon I'm going to get back to some MotoGP stuff. So I've now done my Moto 2. I've won that championship. I'm now on to the final one now, and I hope to live that platinum tune, because like I mentioned, Ride 26 is coming soon. It's just around the corner. Keep well, guys. Catch you later. Bye bye for now. Cheers.